Welcome everybody to the Broken Wing Racing League. This is the GT3 Sprint Championship, Season 18, Round 2 here at Sebring. It's a full lobby again, so expect to see hopefully a strong race, but hopefully not too chaotic as well, because almost every driver here is a returning driver from seasons past. We do even have a few drivers that even make up the lineup before registration had ended. Within the first 20 minutes of the session being open, it was already completely full. I think we have 63 actually 62 drivers, 2 of which have yet to get out on track. That'd be Gareth Ham and Charles Whedon. But at the moment, we're looking pretty strong here. It's going to be 16 pro drivers on the grid, 18 pro-ams. It's pretty impressive there for the pro-ams and the pros. And then you got your AM class, about 15 drivers in that category, and the rookies just under 12. I'm not even sure exactly how many rookies we have because the counter hasn't got that far down yet. We have 950, but I think we're going to get to 12. Maybe not. We'll see in a second. 55, so there's 17 pro-ams, but there's one that's sitting in, Charles Whedon is in the pro-ams, and yeah, 13 rookies, 15 AM class drivers. That's a full house, folks. 7 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in practice. Just so you're aware, after the first round, Jeff Kaufhold is leading right now in the pro category with Gage Hines in second, Jacob Simmons in third. Followed by the pro-ams of Alex Zier, who's in the lead over Matthew Mercier, who's in second, and Jason Daly in third. Followed by Andrew Korostecki in first in the AM class, and Richard Swedersky in second, with Craig Carroll in third. In the rookie category of those who showed up, there was 11 rookies in the first race, 13 in the second race. Derek Doppler in first, with Christian Judskins in second, and Joseph Schrock in third. I don't think Derek Doppler's in 10th right now. I don't think a few of the other ones were able to make it to this one, but we'll see. Valhalla Motorsports is leading with Gage Hines and Jeff Kaufhold taking the allotment of points there. I mean, already in the 2000s for them. Valhalla Motorsports in first, with Peugeot Punch Racing in second. That's Andrew Korostecki and Jason Daly. Thunder Thighs Racing in third, with Dylan M. Thomas and Jacob Simmons. Sweat Buckets of Christian Judskins and Derek Doppler in fourth. Valhalla D's Nuts, again, coming back at it with Austin J. McGill and Matt Benson in fifth. Tachyon Simsport Cobalt in sixth, with Andrew Frank and Joshua D. Mystic Mustang Racing of Aiden Gertz and Forrest Holland in seventh. Draft Punk Silver of Rodrigo Theory and Tyler Kern in eighth. Sparkle Farts, Chris Lambeth and Eric Koonsman in ninth. Little Prism Nuts of Charles Whedon and Christopher Chitterling. Chitterling unable to register in time for this race. It's unfortunate for him. That is them in 10th. Carrera Azteca of Mark Foley and Marshall Scari in 11th. Also another victim of the registration. Mark Foley unable to join this race. E3 Motorsports in 12th with Reagan Chandler and Ryan Chandler. I mean, there's got to be a relation. We just don't know it yet. Maybe one of these days one of them will win and can tell me if they're brothers. Anyway, Draft Punk Gold in 13th with Elliot A. Burton and Peter Flanner. Unfortunate there for that team because Peter Flanner tumbled down the order of an issue he was having with his sim rig. Ace Arrays of Lars Highhouse and Thomas Smith in 14th. Loud Valley Racing of Joshua Jablonski and Seth Hansen in 15th. Caffeine Global Motorsports is in 16th with Craig Carroll. That is unfortunate. Does Craig Carroll not have his teammate anymore? Yeah, I don't see him here either. He lost his Australian buddy, and they are also not here. Well, that rounds up the top of all 16 teams. 4 minutes, 6 seconds left. I'm sure you've seen some accidents on screen. I know I have. I just haven't been able to comment on it. Just about an hour ago, Jman34971, thank you for the follow. Dan the Man 3607, Catabolic, and Moss PB, thank you for the follows. This is the Broken Wing GT3 Sprint Championship Season 18, Round 2 at Sebring, and it's going to be a good one. You got a good mix of drivers. There's Austin J. McGill doing a little Tokyo Drift and was able to save it, but he's going back in the pits. Daniel Haynes is leading right now with that last lap of 159.4. His fastest lap was a 159.4, and it was actually the last lap he just did. Wow, that's surprising. Usually people, yeah, you just don't see it's going to happen just like that. Gage Hines also, his best lap was his last lap. Same thing with Jacob Simmons. I think everyone's kind of on a flyer at the end here. Steve is here. Missed the race due to daylight savings issue. Well, Steve, hopefully show up for the next one. Brandon G. Burns in the barrier. If you like the leaderboard, it's Brandon Burns' design. As you can tell, our pros are in orange, goldish. There's Marshall Scarry going off there. And our purple pro-ams, the purple Pams, they're sitting there. Jason Daly, Connor Burns in 9th and 10th. The red is for the rookies. Derek Doppler in 11th there. Andrew Korstecki is, of course, that sky blue in 21st. Showing you all 25 of the drivers that are in the top contention here. Joshua D goes into a tire barrier there. Oof, another off there for Kyle Strauss. A lot of people are gone off. Dylan M. Thomas also off as well. Everyone finding the very edge of the limits before qualifying starts to go. And yeah, a rolling 5 for drivers that are here. There's 60 of them. A lot of people are spinning. I'll be at Hockenheim in the universe if the hopefully. I mean, things are definitely going to have to change a little. I'm not sure what's happening with Dylan right here, but he's he's just having some fun. I think he's just having some fun. Anyway, things are going to have to change because with 62 drivers that have gotten in, well, it says 60, but there's 2 extras that are sitting there in the pits or connected. Maybe it won't. Maybe we'll just do the 60. But 62 have connected, which is kind of odd. We'll see if they join us. But the best time to beat is going to be a 149.463. You know what? Take a second here and look at the settings and show pit lap. I think that's it. Apply that there. Yeah, there we go. Well, 19 seconds left to go. There's not much more is going to happen here. People are all entering the pits. Got a few drivers that aren't sporting that sim motion. And if you're paying attention, you can see one or a few drivers in the Valhalla have it, but the Valhalla is overriding the sim motion part of the decal. That's fun. I thought it was I thought they were like somehow did something interesting, but it was the lighting effect on the last race that you just couldn't really see it. That said, here's a quick word from our sponsor. All right, we're back. I think I didn't mute anything on that one. I'm sorry. I wasn't doing anything weird, just making sounds. Anyway, Peter Flanner is going to be the first driver to lead us to qualifying on a hot lap. He's on his out lap. Everyone's on their out lap. Once we have that going, let's just take a look here. There's a Pax Oceani driver there. No team name for them, I don't think. I didn't see them register. Just taking a look at some of these liveries. Oh, a couple of offs there, and the Valhalla drivers are showing up. Hopefully they don't bully anyone. Joshua Justice choosing an interesting line there. The most interesting line. Jesus. That just messes this up. Alright. And he's just stopped on track to the left. Gino Zito. Alright. It's a newer driver. Braden Langlands. And Craig Reese following by. Adam Tinkle. Brian Zaborowski Jr. all the way back there. Same with Jonathan Gulek. It's an interesting flower livery. And Jacob Simmons is going to be the last one out there. Peter Flanner now into turn 1 he goes. We'll go on board. Right now, if you're looking at the leaderboard, it is not changed over. That is just the leaderboard from practice. But it should give you an indication of where some of these drivers are going to end up. Now, the top 8 was all pros. Jason Daly, Connor Burns really setting themselves apart from the rest of the Pro-Ams there, being 9th and 10th in practice. With Derek Doppler, we always get a rookie that's just going to be in the mix, and there they are in 11th. We'll see what happens in qualifying for Derek Doppler and Jason Daly, Connor Burns that are sitting 9th and 10th. But Peter Flanner should disappoint here. He's going to be a top 5 contender in terms of lap time. A 1:59.4 is where we saw the top time. And we won't see the top times out of this at the moment, but we will see that he did have that lap validated there. Connor Burns taking first right now with that 2:13. Peter Flanner still sitting in second. John Javecki in third. Marshall Scari in fourth. Alex Zier in fifth. Now Matt Benson in sixth. Andrew Korsecki in seventh. Dylan Thomas in eighth. Joshua D. 9. Reagan Chandler in 12th. As Aiden Gertz went into 6th, Matthew Mercier into 12th, Daniel Haynes into 13th, Reagan Chandler in 14th, Forrest Holland in 17th, as Mac Turek is in 18th now, as Gage Hines has now gone into 5th, Braden Daniels into 12th, Jason Daly into 13th, Felipe Baby Nunez in 14th, Colin Pepper into 5th, Rodrigo Theory into 18th, Ben Lafter into 21st, Richard Swedersky into 24th, Eric Koonsman 25th, now 26th is Scott Weber goes into 22nd with Derek Doppler into 20th. Ryan Chandler now crossing line into 29th. Joe Ferroni into 28th. Liam Leckie into 26th. Brandon G. Burns into 17th. Andrew Simmons into 30th. Gino Vito into 32nd. Jeff Lubitsch 34th. Lars House 35. Daryl Carrington 36. Andrew Frank 37. Blair Murphy into 38. Todd Buellmer into 40, Michael Authen into 41, Joshua Justice 42, Brandon Langland's 44, 40. Yeah, Brandon Langland's 45 now. Aaron Eckers into 46, Kyle South 47. So we have 47 drivers who qualified. Now it's just seeing where they're at the moment. People are everywhere. Scott Weber's in the 25th. Craig Reese is in the 20th. Didn't think I saw that driver across the line yet. So out of that, Marshall Scari is now into 4th. Connor Burton still leads us in first with that 2:12 .130. As more drivers, Miguel Carlo Mendoza is into 50th. Jonathan Glueck into 48th. I think that's everybody. Connor Burns now down into 4th as Peter Flanner set the fastest time with a 1:59.7. Marshall Scari in the 2nd. John Javecki in the 3rd. Dylan M. Thomas now into 4th. Alex Zier in the 6th as Aiden Gertz goes into 5th. Daniel Haynes jumps up to 7th. Matthew Mercier jumps up to 12th. Austin J. McGill and Gage Hines taking the lead there for Valhalla. Well, one of these is Valhalla D's Nuts, and the other one's in Valhalla Motorsports. So Austin J. McGill in 1st, Gage Hines in 2nd. Jeff Koffold has jumped into that mix as well. He was now in 5th. John Javecki holding on to 6th at the moment, who's just ahead of Dylan M. Thomas. And where else are we seeing the mix here? Braden Daniels is into 14th. 10th in class, mind you. The leading AM class driver, Richard Swederski, is sitting in 18th at the moment, 1st in class. Andrew Korsecki is just behind him by .061. We'll see a change in the order there from those drivers. Now we have 53 drivers. Oliver Brooks is in the pits. Brian Zaborowski Jr. has not set a time just yet. Jonathan Glueck has gotten a little faster. He went to 48th with his time across the board. Joshua Justice is in 38th. Aiden Golden into 37th. I'm not sure if I saw him cross the line before, but there they are for now. Theo Nolasco, didn't see him, but there he is into 27th. Prashant Jayaraman into 23rd. Marshall Scari improves as Jacob Simmons goes into 5th. Well, drops down into 5th from 4th. Marshall Scari in 4th, and another driver that has improved. That was Joshua D. And now into 9th place with Matt Benson, another Valhalla driver. And you can see the Valhalla just shimmering like wallpaper. Gage Hines now goes fastest with a 1:59.4. Can't see from this angle, but look at that. There's the V and the A. And a little shimmer between the Sim Motion decal. Colin Pepper improves into 6th position with that Waffle House livery. Derek Doppler now into 4th with a 1:59.5. We are seeing a rookie show their skills right now. Any other drivers? All right, so we have Elliot A. Burton, not set a time just yet. Adam Tingle hasn't set a time. Andrew Fagan is not set a time as well. He's also in the pits. Brian Zaborowski Jr. is about to cross the line. Kyle Strauss improves into 50th. Trent Scheckelman into 45th. That's a good one. And is that going to be a time on the board? Brian Zaborowski Jr. goes into 25th with that time. I want to say that livery is just not working, but it is working. That is what his livery looks like. There's just no decals on it. Pretty sure he's in the AM class. Yeah, there he is. 25th. Blue. Popping up. Thank you, Comets300, for the follow. Oliver Brooks, Andrew Fagan, still in the pits. Elliot Burton and Oliver Brooks, the only drivers that are actually on track, have not set times just yet. Elliot Burton will get there. This will be probably his time. Matt Benson improves 2 positions, goes into 8th with 1:59.9. Now down into 9th as Dylan M. Thomas is also fighting back as the lead Pro-Am driver, now in 6th, now 7th, as we have Daniel Haynes improving into 4th. With Derek Doppler in the pits, he's pretty much done qualifying, what it looks like. Gage Hines now setting even a faster lap for himself, as Austin J. McGill tries to stay in the hunt there, 2/10 off. Same with Peter Flanner and Daniel Haynes, technically. I mean, like, look at how crazy that looks. Marshall Scari is the one to look at. Half a second off of P1 there. And he is in 6th in the overall. Scott Webber improves into 32nd with his time. It's a 2:09. Trent Shekelman also improves into 41. Ryan Chandler improves into 30th. Brandon G. Burns improves into 28th as Andrew Simmons improves into 36th. And where did our drivers go? Elliott Burton went into 9th with his time, that 1:59.8. He's had 6 laps, and his first, I don't know if it's his first, but the valid lap that showed up was this time. So 5 laps to prove it, and really just nail one. Good on Elliott Burton in the top 10 with that 1 lap. Nailed. Oliver Brooks, though, still a bit ways to go. Adam Tingle across the line into 45th. An improvement from him. Oliver Brooks. Let's see if this is the lap for him. Oh, Michael Othen went into 51st. He's already in the pits, though. Joe Ferraroni into 50th. Blair Murphy into 49th. He's in the pits, too. Joshua Justice hasn't made an improvement so far on that lap. The last lap, Gino Zito. It's a rookie here, 44th. A nice livery. More drivers in the pits. Forrest Holland improves into 27th with that time of a 2:05. Austin J. McGill improves into 2nd as Peter Flanner was momentarily there, and now they've closed the gap within half a second. Sorry, 1/10 of a second. I mean, for Austin McGill, it's even closer than that. You round up and down, Peter Flanner is more to a 10th, and Austin McGill is less than that. It's crazy how close they are. 159.2s is where Gage Hines is at, and the 159s goes to Joshua D as well, into P15 with a 159.9. Then you got your 2-minute markers. 2-minute .082 of Aiden Gertz, who's in 16th. They'll followed by Andrew Korstecki in 17th, who's leading the AM class now, as Richard Swedersky is down into 24th. These drivers, it's 2 minutes all the way from P16 all the way down to P38 of Gino Zito, who is a 2-minute 9. Then you got Andrew Simmons just behind him in the 2-minute 1s, .003 in 39th position, and that goes all the way to 48. Daryl Carrington, the last of the 201s. Joshua Justice in that 202-1s, and then the 202s goes all the way till we end the leaderboard, which is 58 drivers. Technically, there should be some more, but they have not gone out at all, and that is maybe not going to happen at all. We're going to get 59 drivers. Andrew Fagan has not set a time at all on this. Matt Benson improves into 13th, and he is across the board. Andrew Korstecki improves 1 position there to 16th. Alex Zier improves into 11th over Dylan M. Thomas, who's across the line. Can he improve on that last lap? He's got still a little bit ways to go. In 17 seconds, he could go again and see if this is the lap for him. We'll see a few drivers do that. Jeff Koffold across the line into 6th position, as he is done with qualifying. Daniel Haynes is out. Peter Flanner is the only driver really taking the fight at the moment to the Valhalla drivers of Gage Hines, Austin J. McGill, and Daniel Haynes in 4th. Peter Flanner, Draft Punk Gold, is sitting in 3rd at the moment. Oof, and that's going to be it for him. Todd Buellmore just ahead of Peter Flanner on that one. And the top 8 are pretty much out. John Javecki still trying to go out there and put in a lap. Austin McGill is in the... Okay, so out of the top 8, only 1 remains, and that is John Javecki. Everyone else is out in the top 8. Jacob Simmons is still out there. Marshall Starry is still out there, and that's 9th and 10th. Connor Burns and Alex Zier also still out there. John Javecki, Jacob Simmons... Who's going to go first? I think it's going to be Jacob Simmons here. He's on the Omen straight. Any improvements as people are crossing the line? It looks like we're not going to see any from that. None there. Whoever that was, Miguel. Jacob Simmons improves into 6th position. John Chavecki. Connor Burns actually improved into 8th. And John Chavecki into 6th. As Marshall Scari, no improvement there on that last lap. And that is it. Elliot Burton still has a ways to go. Ben Laughter. And he improved. He's 25th at the moment. Did improve his time, but not his position. Elliot Burton. No improvement on his time. Just down about a 10th off that time. And that is every driver who has qualified. That's 58. I don't know, it looks like it's 63 drivers registered. I would be on pole if I was there. Yeah, you might be there, Mark. You might be. But there's qualifying ended. And you're top 25. Congratulations. Valhalla's really stacking up there. Gage Hines leading the pros. Connor Burns leading the pro-ams. Andrew Korsecki leading the AM class. And then Derek Doppler, who's in 5th. He is leading the rookies. And that is a big gap there from Liam Leckie, who's sitting in 2nd in the rookies, P22. Smaller gaps for every other class, I would say. Richard Swedersky is not that far off in P21 over Andrew Korsecki there. And once this flips over, we'll be able to take a look here at the grid. Congratulations to the top 25 drivers. You can see them on the left. They are not going anywhere for the until we get this grid started. Trent Scheckelman at P26, Jason Daly 27, Andrew Frank 28, Brandon G. Burns at 29, Rodrigo Theory in 30, Forrest Holland 31, Craig Reese 32. Brian Zaborowski Jr. in 33, Ryan Chandler 34, Eric Kunzman 35, Scott Webber 36, Thomas Smith 37, Mark Turek in 38, Gino Zito in 39, Andrew Simmons 40, Theo Nolasco 41, Brandon Langlands 42, Reagan Chandler 43, Aiden Golden in 44, Lars Tiles 45, Adam Tingle 46, Joe Ferraroni in 47, Daryl Carrington 48, Joshua Justice 49, Blair Murphy in 50, Michael Austin 51, Aaron Eckers 52, Jeff Lubitsch 53, Oliver Brooks 54, Kyle Strauss 55, Jonathan Glueck in 56, Todd Bielman 57, Miguel Carlo Mendoza in 58, Andrew Fagan in 59, and Charles Whedon 60 if they do show up. And Charles Whedon would be doing a one heck of a run there. Oh, okay. It's almost a good thing, Mark. You didn't give me a lap 1, and you weren't able to make the race, so you would. So the camera would have been just it's been a sting to see your work being used on the stream and not used. 16 seconds left to go. Everyone has pretty much made it. I think Schreckelman was blinking a little bit. I think he was blinking a little bit in practice as well, but we'll see. All the way back at the end here, who are we missing? So we have 59 drivers that have made it. Charles Whedon, Dan Elgin, and Gareth Ham were the 3 additional drivers that are not actually here. But they did register. So if any of those 3 you want to attack Mark, so be it. I actually have the cams from the Mazda 5s. It's fine. It is too late, but I'm sure it's going to be still good. Could just do a blimp cam. No, that one looks terrible. What happened to the big... Is the chopper cam look... that one looks bad too. I thought the blimp was supposed to... I mean, at Daytona, that thing just showers over the entire the entire track when you go to the blimp cam. Registering and not racing in a limited grid. Yeah, I think in well, Dan Elkin said that their computer froze, and so I can understand why that driver is unable to make it. Where's the battery charge graphic? No, yeah. Someone's got jokes. "59 drivers are racing, so I mean it's a good thing though, because Andrew Fagan just decided not to qualify, but he's there at the back. Not even sure if he put any laps down in practice, so that will be really interesting to see how Andrew stacks up here. Next to Miguel Carlo Mendoza, the rookie. Back of this pack is going to be quite spongy, I will say. You might see a... How can I play? Oh, you mean race? I just got to sign up. Well, in this case, you can't, because even our regular season race... our veteran drivers have not been able to get into this race. A few of them, actually. So, Charles Whedon's teammate, Christopher Chitterling, was unable to register for this race, so Whedon's got some explaining to do to his teammate. The website, join the Discord. There's all sorts of ways to get enacted into this. We have a multi-class event that happens on Tuesdays, and it's a separate multi-class event every other Tuesday. So one's an endurance multi-class, and the other is just a multi-class of GT4s and LMP3s. You got the MX-5s that are streamed by Fark Moley over there, who's in chat, and he and Dylan M. Thomas, who's sitting 14th in 14th overall, but 3rd in class in the Pro-Ams. He is also co-commentating on that, and that is the MX-5s on Thursdays. Same time as we would be streaming this, we'll be streaming that same time on Thursdays. ARCA Oval Racing is on Wednesdays as well. We have a big group of drivers in the oval race. We're about to go green here, and let's see. These guys kind of play nice for most of the race, but Gage Hines and Austin J. McGill are not teammates. Neither is Daniel Haynes. So these are 3 different Valhalla drivers from different teams stacking it up right now, as Gage Hines has gotten a clear lead right now over Austin McGill. And it's stacking up further back a little bit. There's John Javecki going side by side. He's lost 1 place, with Jeff Koffold now making up 3. And further back, it's still up in contention. And just kind of taking a further look back here to see... Oh, Ryan Chandler has gone spinning, but somehow saved it. And I think we got a caution already. We got Thomas Smith off, and yep, that is a quick caution. I don't know what's happening here in this checkup, but yeah, safety car has been deployed, and we had literally 2 corners of racing, maybe 3. I mean, I guess we'll just go take a look at what happened. I'm not sure. All right. This is the restart. Or sorry, this is just a replay of what happened. And we got 4 wide, 3 wide into the first corner. 3 wide, Jesus. And what's happening? What caused this? Oh. I mean, they just parked it. That's too many slow cars, yeah. Oh, no. There we go. Okay, let's take a look here. That's Jonathan Glueck who hit the rear because they're parking it. But Andrew Fagan also parking it. Miguel also parking it. But it was Adam Tingle here, I think. And Thomas Smith. 3 wide. That's a good scenario. And he just got pinched. I mean, take a look at the chopper cam here. Yeah, that's gonna work. Oh no, he didn't get pinched there. He got tapped a little bit. And that's Sparkle Parts. I'm gonna assume that's Eric Koonsman because I think is Chris Lambeth here? No, Chris Lambeth is in Mexico, I think. Well, that's what caused it, folks. And then after that, we had, I don't think it's gonna count this one, but Ryan Chandler. Oh, that's how that happened. That is a driver who that is a clear case of whoever that is on the right. Scott Weber, maybe? And that's just netcode. Just dumped him, but not on purpose. It's just netcode. But I mean, what a save there for Ryan. I'm just did a little pirouette and saving that thing. But yeah, that's it. Scott Weber. Taking a look. Yeah, that would have been Scott Weber. Yeah, that was Scott Weber. That was now in the pits. Todd Bielmore is going to join the track. Brandon Langlands is out of this race. I didn't see Brandon go into that at all, though. Brandon is down only 17 spots from restart. So Thomas Smith and Andrew Korostecki on the receiving end of that. Looks like he pit or didn't join quick enough, but he's, I mean, well, just gifted the, we're still in caution. The safety car is still out. And yeah, well, I don't know what happened with Andrew Korostecki there. It doesn't show him getting involved into any incidents. Well, okay, so he did tow to the pits. That's what happened. So when the race started, Andrew Korostecki went to the towed to the pits. That's why he's down in the last place. He's only on the lead lap because of the safety car. And the fastest lap with a 3:34.6, now 0.4. Congrats to now Jacob Simmons giving us that fastest lap. Come on, guys, we gotta speed up these lap times. We're not going to go to a full race end, which would be 23 laps with the safety car. It's still deployed. Just goes to show you how long this track is. But yeah, it was mostly just a stack up of why the safety car truly, I mean, unfortunate. I think it's just going to toss it out once though, unless, because Jacob Simmons is running the safety car generator, so I think it will only do the one time and it won't flag again, even if carnage happens. So That being the case, who's our biggest mover? Jason Daly's up 8 off the start of the race. Aiden Golden here. Welcome to the lead, Aiden. It's a rookie. Got 11 spots from the start of the race. Gino Zito is up 5. I know someone, Thornhill 32, said, let's go Gino. There's just too many slow cars. And, whoa. What's that up ahead? That Felipe B. Nunez. With a Hatsume Miku. We do got an anime waifu on the grid. Just one, folks. One's all you need, really. Can't have too many weebs in the league. Nothing else. No other liveries are a little popping right now, but it's nice when you see that the rookies can show up with the decals on, the Sim Motion decal, and then you see some regular league members. I don't quite have those on. They even have a tool for it now. If you go to the website, you can just plug in your decals, your livery thing, and then it just does it for you. There's Scott Weber down a lap, and he's going to let people by. And we are almost 100% going to go racing on this one. Oh, and I didn't have to make one correction. Jeff Koffold is teammates with Gage Hines. He's still in the contention. He got 2 positions gained. He's back there on the 3rd row. But his teammate is Gage Hines. Austin J. McGill is in Valhalla These Nuts. And Daniel Haynes, while a Valhalla driver, is not actually on any team. So you have 4 drivers, 2 of which are teammates, and the other 2 are just ready to scrap it out with their other sister teammates. And they will scrap. Now who's it going to go to? Austin J. McGill trying to cut off Peter Flanner there, and does so. But now it's going to take it 2 wide, maybe 3. Almost 3 wide. Holds on to the position in 2nd. And they are going well in hand. Hopefully this stays like this. And further back he has guys going 2 wide and 3 wide. Oh, God. We can't have that happen again, boys. And there's a car crash in the back. Gino got through that. Somebody else. And there is a pileup forming. And there's another one. Jonathan Gluek got just pushed aside by someone else. And Michael Authen got involved in that. And it was mayhem at the back. And somebody's hood is off, and there is no caution coming out on this one. That is just unbridled chaos at the back end of the field. And further up, things are going a little bit smoother as everyone is just following the snake. And I think it's well in hand here, folks, but we'll see. Felipe P. Nunez on the outside here, who's down 6. Craig Reese is up 1. Sorry, Craig Reese is up 2. And look at that. That's Eric Koonsman trying to get a little bump going, maybe, with Craig Reese. Is Craig Reese and Felipe P. Nunez going side by side here. And wide, he went pretty wide on that one. And now Craig Reese has it. But not enough power on the exit, and Felipe B. Nunez is now going to get ahead of Craig Reese, and Eric Koonsman also gets ahead as well. Bad exit there. Going into the Ullman Straight is really what set these drivers apart. And look at Craig Reese on the outside, trying to keep his foot in, and he's even got Aiden Golden, that black, what is that over there? The Corvette on the inside, and now things are, I think, going back to normal with this group. in a move to the inside for Ryan Chandler on Aiden Golden, and they're going to go side by side through turn 2 and now 3. And does Ryan have the move down? The Lars Tiehouse made a move as well and just got by Gino Zito for 34th. And Ryan Chandler's still battling out here. And oh, Gino! And Lars, they made contact. And he has gone down the order. Further up the order, we have battle still happening here. Colin Pepper hasn't been attacked. He's not gained or lost anything. Dylan M. Thomas now leading the Pro-Ams, up 5 spots. And it is looking good for him. At the back, you have Elliot Burton, who's up 1. Connor Burns down 5. And Andrew Frank has Trent Scheckelman just ahead of him. Maybe he'll try to make a move. He was a little bit to the inside there on that on the exit of 16. And Brian Zaborowski Jr. is really sitting in that toe. Is he going to try to get on by? He's definitely got the straight line speed for a moment, but now he's back out of that. And, ooh, he's got power, though. Through the corner he goes, and he makes the overtake on Andrew Frank. But is it over? No, it isn't. They're now side by side going down the start straight finish, and these two are going to settle it into turn 3, I bet you. Through goes Andrew Frank, and I think he's going to hold on to this one. He was attacking Trent Scheckelman, but now he's under pressure from Brian Zaborowski Jr. and Rodrigo Theory just behind on the Draft Punk Silver, almost getting involved in this one, but had to back off a little bit. I will resend my prediction about Jacob in P3. Jacob Simmons is sitting 1 position gained in 6th. Daniel Haynes is just ahead of him, 7/10. And the driver bouts here are a little different. Marshall Scari and Prashant Jayaraman battling it out side by side, and Prashant getting ahead. And this is going to be the 1 spot gain for him if he can hold on to it. But Marshall's down on the inside as they're going into the next corner, and it looks like he's going to keep the position, but no, Prashant keeping it too wide, and there's Connor Burns behind, followed by Elliot A. Burton, and now it's going to be a scrap between 4 drivers, not just 2, and Elliot Burton taking the fight to Connor Burns, and now Connor's going to have the inside line into the next corner, but is he going to be fully alongside? Yes, he is, and they are side by side. And it almost looked like they made contact, but Elliot Burton gets through and takes the spot from Connor Burns on the exit. Look at that. Braden Daniels almost giving a bump draft here to Connor Burns. Is Braden going to have this down? Even closer. He's backed off just slightly, but man, was he close. On the outside, Matt Benson has Jason Daly. And it looked like Jason was going to try to take the fight to him a little bit there, but no. Has to pull out of that one. But Prashant unable to capitalize on Marshall Scari right now. He had the position for a little bit, but now he's just right back there. But Elliot A. Burton is also putting a little pressure on. I don't know what I said, Mark. I kind of... whatever. Oh, okay. I was like, oh, God, did I say something? Usually Justin's here to tell me what I said if I said something odd. But there we go. We got some side-by-side action for a second. Aiden Gertz in the Mustang with, who's that? Ben Laughter just ahead of him. Ben trying to make a move there on Brandon G. Burns. Oof. Little ambitious move there, Ben. But it almost worked. I mean, almost. But no, it didn't. He's going to have to try again. Two Pro-Ams battling out with Aiden Gertz just behind them. Boris Holland even further back there. You can see he's actually next to his teammate, I believe. No, there he is. Aiden Gertz. I didn't know that was his teammate. Cars Racing. Look at that. They're not called Cars Racing again, are they? Let's take a look. Team standings here. Yeah, Mystic Mustang Racing, not Cars Racing. Guys got to change your livery at this point. Aiden Gertz down the inside line on Ben Laffer. Maybe he'll make it happen. That outside line's pretty powerful, and he's going to hold, almost looked like he was going to hold him to that line on the inside, but no. Aiden gave him a lot of space, and now he's going to go side by side into turn one with Ben on the inside. And outside move, Ben is having to defend a lot here. Aiden may be feeling a slight amount of frustration as he's been on having to attack, but Ben's got a good defense there. What, through 6 corners already? And now he's a little off. Let's go further up the order here. Braden Daniels. No move yet on Connor Burns. But Austin J. McGill at the top of the order here. We have Derek Doppler, the rookie, in 4th, up 1. Daniel Haynes down 1. And the 4 kind of in a league of their own. Look at these. These, well, 2 of them are drafting each other fairly well. Peter Flanders trying to stay in that. It's almost there, but then you have Derek Doppler, who's just half a second off, and he's only going to reach them right here on the Ullman Straight and just reel in a little bit, but not by much. Actually, I don't even think he's reeling in Peter Flanner here. I think he's just slightly outside it. And looking at our other set in the top 10, Daniel Haynes leading that group with Jacob Simmons, a second back on Daniel Haynes, then Jeff Koffold, who's in 7th, John Javecki in 8th, Colin Pepper in 9th. But there's a big gap forming there. 1.8 seconds here for Dylan M. Thomas, but Dylan's looking fairly well in hand. I don't think he has to worry too much about the drivers ahead of him. The only one he really has to worry about is the one right behind him. That is Alex Zier, who's chasing him down for the Pro-Am win. And these two are separated by 0.3. I bet Dylan is going to be sweating this the entire race. Lap 9 of 23. We won't get to the full 23 laps, I don't believe, because that safety car, but it's going to wish this race ends soon. Further back in the order, you have the Pro-Ams just in the mix. Boris Holland, Ben Lafter. Oh, and look at that. Aiden Gertz did get the move eventually done. That is him up ahead. So yeah, Mystic Mustang Racing here. These 2 purple and teal cars. It's a sandwich to Ben Lafter there. A team sandwich. And good on them. Although his teammate, Forrest Holland's teammate, is going to be pulling away. That's a half a second gap right now, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit more as this race continues. Go further back in the order, you have Mark Turek on Ryan Chandler. And Reagan Chandler following suit. A lot of teammates are very close together. Mark Turek is sitting in an E3 Motorsports sandwich. They're brothers, I think. Who knows? Joshua Justice on the outside, trying to make a move here. He's very wide, though. I mean, it's an unconventional line, but there goes Gino Zito. Almost made the overtake. And Ryan Chandler through. Where's the other one? Alright, on lap 10, Reagan has opted to go in the pits. We'll see how that pans out for this driver. Looking at the AM Class Championship here, we have Richard Sweaterski in 19th, up 2 spots. Andrew Frank just behind him, half a second. And a good separation there is that Pro-Am driver of Andrew Frank, because Brian Zaborowski Jr. is in 21st. And it's that white Lambo in the background. You can see it popping up. The battle for P1 still on the table. Brian Zaborowski Jr. is only separated by 1.8 seconds. A pit stop, really. And now that gap that I said was forming, now it's 1 second. And Aiden Gertz now has Brandon G. Burns in his sights. 3/10 separation here. Pushing alongside. Who's braver on the brakes? I don't think it matters there, as Aiden Gertz has fully passed Brandon Burns. P24. Marshall Scari has kept Prashant Jayaraman at bay. All things considered, Prashant qualified 13th, and he's staying 13th at the moment, with Elliott A. Burton moving up and closing the gap there. Now, mind you, that D gap is just going to be div gap, the division gap, so it's not showing the interval to the driver ahead of them. That you can see on the right-hand side of your screen at the bottom corner. And 19.4 seconds there from P1 and 2 for the rookies. Trent Scheckelman might just take that, though. He's still in the top 25. The battle for Pro-Am lead is close. Yeah, it's been close. Oh, at some point. Let's take a look here. P10. Still pretty close. But Alex Zier did get ahead. Well, it did happen at some point. But I can't find it. They're still close. Oh! Oh! I think Trent Scheckelman just hit the barrier. Yeah, his left front is showing some signs of damage. Is Brandon G. Burns going to get the move done even with that damage? No, he is not. Trent has got to have some level of a bust car, because that was the left front that hit the barrier. Gets a pass on through there. And we'll see if anything else happens from this. As Ben Laughter is also trying to make a move. And he's got to have some significant damage there. Because Ben, no, unable to make the move there. And in the hairpin, think he's got it. And it's still fully alongside, but You have the inside line. Nope. Trent Scheckelman is making this ever so difficult, and it is working out in his favor, and is forcing Ben here to find a different approach. They're getting pretty close. Here we go, further back. This was an Alex Zier, made the move on Dylan M. Thomas. He had been peeking at that for a little bit, but he finally made the move in the hairpin, and that's how he got on by Dylan Thomas, who's now ahead by 8/10, but anything can happen in the pit stops. We'll take a look at what happens there. Right now, lap 13, no one's has actually pit just yet. Matt Benson pit on lap 8 and makes a move there as Lars Hiles goes wide. Probably has a slowdown. Yep, yeah, he does have a slowdown. That black and white on the right side. Andrew Simmons side by side here with Joe Ferraroni, and he is no longer side by side as he pushes on through, and Andrew Simmons going up. Gino here into the pits. We got a couple drivers going in the pits, and it's gonna work out. Andrew Simmons and Joe Ferraroni here, not quite done with their battle. Look at that, Andrew Fagan, who's up into 23 spots gained, and gets on through Joe as well. And Marshall Scari is now challenging Dylan M. Thomas for position, as well as Prashant Jayaraman. And Marshall has gone through on Dylan M. Thomas. And that is unfortunate there for Dylan, but Prashant also putting the pressure on, and Elliot Burton gets through. That's a spot gain for Braden Daniels as well. Prashant dropping 2 spots. Unfortunate for him. Maybe he'll claw back one here on Braden Daniels, but Elliot A. Burton taking a nice overtake, double overtake there with Braden following suit on Prashant, but Prashant now gaining back one of those spots from Braden Daniels. But now Dylan M. Thomas has to worry about Elliot Burton, who's battling him for second in class. They're P12 and 13, but 2 and 3 in their division. Connor Burns now in the pits. And how's it looking here at the top? A little bit of a gap formed with these quick drivers here. I hope they have buddies to talk to, because there's some big gaps forming. Prashant still having to defend his spot against Braden Daniels. What's fascinating is they're 14th and 15th and 10th and 11th in class. In the overall, a little different, but 10th and 11th for the pros. Massive amount of pros that were upgraded from last, or promoted, I should say, not upgraded, but promoted. And the Pro-Ams also had a big promotion scale, and we're seeing, I think, the lump sum of that. Just a lot of fast drivers, a lot of orange popping up at the top now, with the purple in the middle. Then you got your odd ones out there, your rookies that are just split between everything. But Richard Sweaterski's a real big one. P18 for that AM class driver. Take a look back here on what happened on lap 4. So then we had a double car injury. Haul that back. This is what happened on the restart. 3 wide. They're braking. Oh, and that was Enchikori Stecki, who doubled up a single driver, I should say. Two drivers, made them both pirouette, and then caused more chaos. Enchikori Stecki, unfortunate there. That was a double kill. Well, that's what happened right there at the restart. Oliver Brooks was one of the drivers that was involved in that incident. He's out of it. And then, not to be outdone, Enchikori Stecki beans another driver. Let's see. Oh! Sorry, Andrew, but that is 3 drivers. He pulls it off to the side and parks it after that. Scott Weber, I don't think this is it, but Lars Tiehouse. Oh, he was already spinning on his own, so Gino didn't do anything wrong there. He was already spinning. He lost it on his own. And then Michael Othen, I think he just ran out of room there. Adam Tingle. Oh. Taking a look here at the chopper cam. Joe Ferraroni, I believe that's who it was. Ooh, that's rough. Killing spree. Yeah. Jonathan Gluick. Just a soft tap to the tire barrier there on lap 8. Theo Nolasco. I don't think he crashed on this one, but it always says when people enter the... Andrew Simmons. I don't know. I think this is all on his own. Yeah, he was already losing, but he just got a little assistance there from that other driver. And then Eric Koonsman, Sparkle Farts, and I think that's Felipe B. Nunez. They're side by side. And take this back a second. And there you have it, yeah. They're together. He's even flashing him, but yep, Peter did get that spot. And he's holding on to it for now. Rodrigo Theory has yet to pit. Jason Daly also yet to pit. So while they're up 26 and 28, that won't stay that way. Gage Hines is leading out with a 34-2. A 33.8 is what Peter Flanner had. Of course he was going to be able to overtake them. Is that enough for the end of the race? Oh, Austin McGill trying to make a move here. It's a sound warning if you, if this is a little loud. Hard pressed to decide who would be the favorite here between these two. Austin J. McGill and Peter Flanner, not separated by much. Their fastest lap, their best lap, or his fastest lap, was a 159.796 from Peter Flanner and a 159.739 from Austin J. McGill. Slightly faster, but not a tenth faster, under 10th. And those drivers now drop out there, and that was Rodrigo Theory and Jason Daly as they'll tumble down the order because they're still in the pits. And Austin J. McGill doesn't have a response just yet to Peter Flanner. Derek Doppler holding pretty steady there in 4th, with Daniel Haynes still in 5th. Jeff Koffold in 6th. And John Javecki holding steady just behind. The only one spot he lost. And these passes were right off the start of the race for these two. Braden Daniels is in 12th with Dylan M. Thomas ahead. And look at that. Elliot Burton. He did a 34.1. And somehow he still got past Dylan M. Thomas. They pit on different laps, though. What happened to Jacob? Jacob's out of this. He did a 3-minute 42. And here's what happened. He wants to turn. Oh! Oh! Jason Daly. Alright, we'll pull that back for slight. Uh-oh. Well, even the pros, even the pros do something silly. Bryton Daniels just got passed by Prashant Jayarama. John Javecki has been getting ever so close to Jeff Koppel. We'll try to take a look at this as things progress. Not separated by much. Just 2/10. Same thing with Bryton Daniels here, and then Matt Benson following suit. Matt Benson qualified 15th. He's not moved up or down, so that's, I think, good news for him. Jason Daly is down, he's still up 11 positions from where he started, so all in all, Jason Daly, nothing too bad for this driver, all things considered. Our biggest movers and shakers are definitely further in the back of the pack here. Not even in the back, sorry, in the midfield, 30th. 59 drivers, Aiden Golden is up 14 spots from where he qualified. And further back, you have Ryan and Reagan Chandler with Andrew Frank just behind him. They're holding steady at the moment. Both seem to love the Vantage. And if you're wondering which family member is faster, it's hard to say. They both have a similar best time as well, and on pace with the last lap. They're holding pretty much steady. Yeah, 0.6 difference on the last lap, but overall their best laps are within 1/10 of each other. And Reagan is leading the two, but who's to say Ryan doesn't try to pull a move? With 4 minutes 38 seconds left in this race, we're on lap 19 of 23. We might actually get to the end of this race. Who knows? Jason Daly and Alex Zier going side by side. And Alex Zier making a spot up there. Is Jason Daly still up 12? I kind of also want to know what happened with Dylan here. Is he's dropped down a bit. That's 8 loss. I mean, he's P6. He was P1. Battling Alex Zier, and Alex Zier's third. Matt Benson's up into second, the Pro-Am, so something also happened there. Peter Flanner has a little bit of a reprieve from Austin McGill. It's a 7/10 gap between these two. John Javecki is still stuck on Jeff Kofold here. These two have not pulled away from each other at all race. Pit on the same lap as well, and only 1/10 separation between the two on that pit stop time. Oh no. Oh no! Oh, and he kills his sister teammate! Austin J. McGill loses it on the exit. And which one was that? And they are probably in a Discord call together. That is Jeff Kofold. And he hits him. Oh no! What? And he is fully meatballed! With only 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go! Oh no! I do not want to be in that Discord call. Holy... Oh, God. That is... team violence there. Unfortunate. Braden Daniels trying to make a move here on Prashant Jayaraman. Ah, that's a big yikes. Oh. And the winner of that is John Javecki into 5th. Now he's got 1 spot gained. As Braden Daniels made the overtake on Prashant Jayaraman, and he is up into 9th. 7th in class, Elliot Burton has a bit of a buffer as the Pro-Am leader. Derek Doppler is now going to finish on the podium steps here. Not only in class P1 podium, but in P3 in the overall. For a rookie. Not saying rookies are bad, but there's only one in the top 25 at the moment. And that is Derek Doppler. And just to give a quick shout out to Derek Doppler, he is Sweat Buckets. That's his team name, Sweat Buckets, with Christian Judkins. That is Beyond Chaos, Demo Derby Series. Peter Flanner has caught a little bit up to the back end here of Gage Heinz. And we're on lap 20 of 23. It's only a minute left, so we'll probably go 22 laps total. I'll be curious to see if this goes to a white flag. It's not going to go white flag now, but so it's going to be white flag on the next lap. So we'll finish just under 23 laps. That was the white flag. That was the white flag. Just to get a better angle on it, yep. Colin Pepper now inherits a spot up 4. And top 10 is pretty much locked down. Prashant Jayaraman is the only driver in the top 10 that is close to another driver, besides Peter Flannery, who's 8/10 away, but these two are 2/10 away from each other. It's a bit closer. This battle is definitely on. 1 lap to go. These two are going to have to settle it here on this final lap between the two. Peter Flanner not getting much closer. Ooh, did just cut that, but it did not count as a slowdown. Wow. That's interesting. Winner gets a seat in the Mazda series. I only saw the first round of the Mazda series, but it's got some clean action. I don't see we're seeing this happening here. Aiden Gertz trying to he's got 3/10 on Rodrigo Theory here. Anything can happen. So we're getting close to the end of this race. And right up to the Le Mans corner. Onto the Ullman Straight. We'll take a look here at what happens with Prashant Jayaraman and Braden Daniels as we count down the Ullman Straight with Gage Heinz, who is sitting second in the championship. Now is going to be in first with his teammate who got killed by Austin J. McGill. And congratulations for the pro and overall winner of Gage Heinz in first, Peter Flanner in second, Derek Doppler, the rookie winner, in third, Daniel Heinz in fourth, John Javecki in fifth, Colin Pepper in sixth, Marshall Scary in seven, Elliot A. Burton, the Pro-Am leader, 8 in the overall winner. Right down to it, Prashant Jayaraman and Braden Daniels going side by side, and it's going to go to Prashant Jayaraman across the line. No, it goes to Braden Daniels. No, Prashant. It goes to Prashant. Braden in 10, Matt Benson 11, Jason Daly 12, Joshua D 13, Carter Burns 14, Rodrigo 30 15, Aiden Gertz in 16, Richard Trojewski 17, Brian Borowski Jr. in 18, Dylan M. Thomas in 19, Alex Zier 20, Brandon Burns, 21st. Congrats again to Richard Swiderski for that P17, first in class. Brendan Laughter, 22nd. Felipe Nunez, 23. Force Holland, 24. Craig Reese, 25. Liam Leckie, 26. Trent Sheckelman, 27. Aiden Golden, 28. Andrew Frank, 29. Reagan Chandler, 30. Theo Nolasco, 31. Joshua Justice, 32. Andrew Fagan, in 33. Thomas Smith, 34. Joe Ferraroni in 35, Matthew Mercier 36, Gino Zito in 37, Ryan Chandler 38, Eric Kunzman 39, Andrew Simmons 40, Mark Turek 41, Todd Buellmer 42, Daryl Carrington 43, and Blair Murphy 40, Daryl Carrington 43, Lars Tiles 44, Blair Murphy 45, Aaron Eckers is going to finish 46, Jacob Simmons 47, Jonathan Glueck in 48, Miguel Carlo Mendoza 49, Jeff Lubitsch 50, Michael Authen 51, Oliver Brooks 52, Austin J. McGill 53, Jeff Kaufhold 54, Brandon Langlands 55, Adam Tingle 56, Andrew Corsi 57, Kyle Strauss 58, and Scott Weber 59. With that said, congratulations, Gage Hines. That's got to be quite the win. Battling out a little bit with Austin J. McGill. How did the pit stop work out for you? I know Peter Flanner kind of jumped Austin J. McGill there at the pit stops. Was your race kind of set in stone after that?
Well, I actually underfueled at the stop by like 0.2 of a gallon. So I was the first couple laps I was trying to save fuel, but it wasn't too big of a deal. But yeah, Peter had a great pit stop. He jumped Austin. I know that Mustang drinks a little more fuel than most, but props to Peter. He was flying out there.
I mean, he did get close towards the end, 6/10 gap, but I mean, you look to have a great race. One of my big questions is, were you in a Discord call with all the Valhalla guys? And was that call a little heated at one point in the last couple minutes of the race?
Okay, I did not see anything happen. I just heard a bunch of expletives and Discord connects. I don't know what happened quite yet, but sounds like one teammate got in front of another teammate while rejoining, which really is unfortunate. But yeah, I'll leave that there.
Yeah, unfortunate. Like I said in the broadcast, I would not want to be in that Discord call. It probably was a little heated. Unfortunate what happened to Jeff there, and as well as Austin, who spun his car with only a couple minutes left to go. But good haul of points for yourself. You guys were leading the championship and the team championship. Now I think you're going to have an edge to leading into after round 2. I think you're going to be the leader of this for the season in the overall. Are you looking forward to the rest of the season in terms of trying to, not only show up but try to race for a championship?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love the track schedule this season. I pretty much like almost every single track through the 12 weeks. But yeah, it's going to be tough. There's a lot of fast people out there. Jeff has been on another level recently, so I hate to see him get crashed out this race. I mean, Austin's always fast. Peter, Simmons, Javecki, I mean, name it. There's competition left and right, so I just got to stay on top of it and try to make zero mistakes.
Absolutely. I mean, it is it's quite something considering I'm going to say there's 15 pros that showed up tonight, and of the 15, 11 of them are in the top 16. So, that just shows kind of where you guys are at in terms of having to deal with that. I mean, Derek Doppler, a rookie who finished on the third in the overall, first in class for the rookies. But I don't know if you saw him, but he was flying. I mean, he was getting close to you guys. But I mean, you might have to contend with that as well.
Yep. That's why I like this league. It's got all the competition.
Well, thank you for joining me, Gage. Congratulations on your win. Can't wait to see what happens for the rest of the season. And thanks again. Congrats.
All right. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate you.
Yep. Thank you, everybody else, for joining me in this race. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Once again, we have multiple series. Click the links to the website or join the Discord. We have races. I think we still have the Monday races as well, the wacky Monday races. Tuesdays is a split endurance and a multi-class different week of switcheroo on that one for the Tuesdays. Wednesdays is ARCA Oval Racing. Thursdays is the Miatas, which is streamed by Mark Foley and Dylan M. Thomas. Unfortunately, I'm not sure exactly what happened to Dylan Thomas towards the end of that race, but he finished 19th. Not too bad. Thanks again, everybody, for joining me, and have a good evening.